Hey, hey, hey. What's cracking, you guys? What's up, family? How are you guys? How was your day? How is everyone doing? Gonna have a good time today. What's up? What do we have on? What do we got? What's poppin'? Hey. What's cracking? How are you guys? Thank you for coming through. Hey, Obs. What's poppin'? How's everything? Getting tangled up in my headphone cable. Hey, what's cracking? 80 degrees out here, and I didn't go out. I've been working. What's up, girl? What's cracking? How are you guys? Oh no. Something happened to the website for the digital planner. That's interesting. We're going to wrap up what we were doing yesterday. Paul is back. Paul is back. Paul is back. Movie theater popcorn? All right. What's cracking, you guys? So I was trying to search for the planner. Well, the two planners that I use so we can look at them. And the website is down on one. That's interesting. And let me look at the other one. I mean, I can show you guys the planner itself because I have them. Interesting. All right. Well, let's do what we do. What is going on, family? How are you guys doing? Let me just change the color because if not, the light is going to blink as I speak. And I don't want that. That's annoying. We want to stick with the blue. Select all. Blue. Did that work? Now? There you go. All righty. We are cracking. So how'd you guys like yesterday? K-Walk, how are you feeling? Hopefully you found it. We went through a lot yesterday. I was not expecting for it to be as long as it was. I'm not complaining. I was just like, man, there's a lot of information here. I wish I probably would have prepared to do it in two different segments instead of like running on in one segment, but that's all right. We went through pretty much everything yesterday. So today, what we are going to do is just go over the templates. Today's going to be probably a little bit shorter. And some of the templates, now that you know how to use Notability, and kind of move from there My iPad, I feel like it's kind of low. That's all right. Yeah, they're talking to each other. Paul is reminding everybody, don't forget to hit that like button. Thank you, Paul. I appreciate you. Fell asleep playing with Notability. Oh, that's awesome. So that's good stuff. That's really great to hear. I don't know why that's showing up like that there. We'll center that. Paul did send me a message. He said he liked it. Next year, our district is going to iPads for middle school, and I can totally see me sharing with the staff. That's awesome. Good stuff. Good stuff. K-Walk already coming through with a question of what new tool today. So it's just going to be a continuation with Notability, but actually using the specific planners that I use. So I'm glad that you loved it. That's cool. I've been talking about that. I've been talking about bringing in Notability in my digital notes for a year now. So that was way, way long overdue. So I'm glad that you enjoy it. And so, Gabe, that's another good question. The lights behind on the staircase are the Govee, Govee, glide lights. If you don't have them, I will send an affiliate link to Paul, and Paul will put it in the chat for me. I have to update my kit. That is not on there. But let's just go to Govee Glide. And so I had the regular like LED strip lights from Elgato, and I just was not feeling it because I didn't like the little red dots. And so the Govee Glide is like, they're frosted lights. And you can buy them with like little corners. You can buy them with little shapes or whatever. The one I got is 6 pieces with 1 corner. And so it pretty much filled my staircase in its entirety. If we take a look, you can see, well, I got to get up and I don't feel like getting up, but it fills up the staircase. I can probably use 1 or 2 more pieces and I enjoy it. You can sync it to the music, do all of that good stuff. So let me share this here real quick. If why that's interesting. Oh, there's the share button. I couldn't find it. It got lost. So let me send this to Paul. Paul. Did you guys see Paul's post today in LGL? That made me, I was crying. And Gabe, that the lights are also, the Govee lights are also on sale. I want to buy a set for my TV upstairs. It comes with a little camera and you can sync the lights to then your picture with the little camera behind your TV. Ooh, love that. I got to try that out. Simply Ob says, yesterday was awesome. Trying to find the replay this morning. No dice. Oh, it's up now. I don't know if there's like a delay with YouTube that with live streams, they come down. I've noticed that it takes like a little bit. So glad that it's up now, but easily done 2 Notability shows should be ton. Yeah, I agree. Definitely tons of micro content, and they're definitely a learning experience. Sammy, what's cracking? Yeah. Sammy, did you send me an invite? I didn't see an invite, so I don't know if you forgot to send it or if I sent you the wrong email address. So let me know, because if it's not on my calendar, it's not happening. Trying to create Venn diagrams with it, had trouble with overlaying the circles. Okay. All right. Govee lights. Thank you, Paul. So there is the link for the Govee lights. And then the other thing that I have, Gabe, is that I have recessed lighting down here. So normally, like during the day, this is what it looks like during the day. And when I do my presentations for the bank, I have it like that. And then I have like a dim setting. And the same thing, you can do like a party setting with, these are the recessed RGB lights, are from a company that had originally partnered with Philips, and it was Philips Wiz, W-I-Z. They still make lights. I have them for my staircase because the staircase is the GU10 bulbs on my staircase. I think I have 4 along the staircase, GU10 bulbs. And then the recessed lighting, I think I got they're 5.5 inch. The hi-hats that I got them from Home Depot. They were on clearance last year, and I actually got them for my whole house. I got like 40. I spent like $400, but they're literally on each of my floors. The only things that I didn't put them on, they're all in my bedroom. So I have like 4 in my bedroom, 3 in the bedroom hallway on the third floor or the second floor. And then I did not put them in the bedrooms itself, like the guest bedroom and the closet, because I was like, why do I need that? But I love the recessed lighting. And because since I'm in the basement, there's no natural light. And so it works really cool. And I have it customized with my stream deck. So I have blue, purple, red, and then the party. Let me see. The red? Yeah, that's the red. And the red and blue looks kind of cool. It's like Superman-ish. And then the party is different colors, and they have different themes and stuff. So it's pretty cool. It's cool upstairs as well when I'm watching TV to set the tone throughout the house. So that is that. We can keep red and blue on. That's pretty cool. All right. What else do we have? So today we are going to continue the notability. Okay. Paul coming in with a question. Can you do a quick review of how you drew shapes? Absolutely. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move my, let's get Safari down, close this stuff here. I'm a little disappointed. I don't know the website for that I get most of my planners. The website's down. I wanted to show you guys the different ones that they have. It says the store is unavailable. That's interesting. All right, that's fine. I won't mess with that too much. So let's just move this over here. And we can get straight into it. Yeah. This is true. But I think, can't you override that setting, Paul? Because I know I can still turn my lights off and on. I got to try it. You know who else told me that? Rob Valls, I think, told me that. I believe I can still turn my lights off and on with the switch. I'm going to try it. Just unplug my whole Wi-Fi router and get it going. All right, so I lined up. Did that work? I might have to do some lining up. What's happening here? Oh, I see. Give me 1 second. I just got to bring my scenes, my windows over. So let's bring this over here. That was weird. And then over here. My eCam window was split into between two desktops. All right. And I kind of brought my camera over so you can see me a little bit better. It's still a side profile, but let's go here. There you are. And like this, maybe. That's a little bit better. But I know my head is in the way, so I'm going to fix that as well. All right. Let's move this here. Bring this here. Make sure I can pay attention to you guys with the comments. All right. Cool, cool, cool. We have our overlay going. Let me turn off the border. Turn off the border. You can see a little bit better with some of the stuff there. So that's good. And so what we are going to do is let's just do a brand new note. Make me a little bit smaller over here. Bring me in the middle. And I'll zoom in a little bit. There you are. And so pretty much, I don't think that that's a setting. If we go back, document, just going to go through everything. Typing. That's shapes. Okay, so first off, in the settings, so you want to make sure when you go into your settings, the little gear on the lower left-hand side, went under your handwriting, this part right here. It's a little grayed out on the actual camera overlay, but you can see it on the iPad overlay itself. Under handwriting, you have this shapes detection. So make sure that your shapes detection is on, and then it will snap to a shape. And then the same thing with your straight lines. Make sure that that's on. Your math conversion, if there's any handwritten equations, if you're going to be taking advantage of that, also make sure that you, let me get this mic a little bit better so I can see and it's not in my way. Okay, there you go. Yes, better. All right, so make sure in your settings that that is on and set. And then once you have that on and set, we're just going to go click on the bottom right-hand corner, click on the pencil, and we can start a brand new note. And pretty much we are just going to take a circle. Don't hold your pencil up, connect it, and that is it, right? So let's delete that. So it needs to be in one solid stroke. If you're going to do a square, all one solid stroke, connect it and hold it. And it doesn't always work. So for me with the squares, I kind of start this way, go up. Of course, it's not going to work today. Let me see with the triangle. Nope. Ooh, so let's force quit the app. I don't know if that's doing anything, but not Best Buy. It's Notability. All right, so let's go back. Circle definitely. Connect it, hold it. Ooh, oh, first of all, I'm in pencil mode, eraser mode. Connect it, hold it, and there's the circle. Okay, so that's working. Let's go to the square, down, side, connect, hold. That's not working. Tell him, K-Walk. All right, let's get this square. What's happening with this square? This was working fine. And let me go. So I know, okay, first of all, I know that they have to connect, and this normally works. Ooh, the squares are being, no, the squares are being a pain in the butt today. That's interesting. I don't know why it's doing that. And then the triangle, if I started this way, down. Let me see what questions you guys have. I'm going to come back to it because it's a little pain in the butt. That's okay. K-Walk says, is there a site/way to create your own custom templates? I would love to create one for printables with just some of my daily and monthly to-dos. There is a way. You can do it in Canva. It's actually fairly easy. I'm not creative. We can definitely go over that next week. Let me just write that down. I'll write that down right here for you guys, how I keep myself organized. Let's put that there, put my pencil. So we can go back. So it's really just, why did I put templates? Templates. It really just is a PDF file. I gotta put this with my content creation stickies. It really is just a PDF file, but then depending on how many pages you have to connect them with kind of like hyperlinks if there's multiple pages. So Paul is saying Maestro has moved the @ to the Q key. There was I was missing the drawing and holding. Now it's working for me. Okay, good. All right. Well, I don't know why it's not working for me. Well, that one's not going to work because, like I said, the most important thing is you can't do it in multiple strokes. It has to be in one stroke. You're going to put it in and then connect it. There you go. So the triangle worked. And then you press and hold it. See, that one wasn't really connected. I'm going to try one more square, and if this square doesn't work, I'm just going to give up. Yeah, I don't know, guys. Now it's one of those things that I'm also like so determined. It doesn't like my squares. So we're going to leave that alone. Okay. All right. I held onto it after I created a shape and took a second to click. Yeah. So I know that you have to hold it, but you guys get the gist of it. All right. So there's that. Let me zoom back out. So we can make sure we have that. Let's go here. And so the first thing I want to show you is, remember we spoke yesterday and I was saying to you guys that the difference where GoodNotes has a one-up over Notability is that with GoodNotes, you can bring in a dedicated file and you can create that as its own template. With Notability, you cannot do that. You saw yesterday we went over the dedicated templates that they have. And there's kind of a little bit of a cumbersome workaround, not so much. So if you have a specific PDF file or a specific page that you want to use, you see I created my own section over here called PDF templates. And so I'm just going to open that up. And like I was saying yesterday, I can kind of organize this a little bit better because you can see I have 113 templates. Are we in the template section? So that's the problem, that a lot of these files, no, we're in all notes. There you go. I was like, wait, what? So some of these things shouldn't be on here. Well, there's like, yeah, some of these things I have to go in and purge. But let's go into the two most recent ones that I've been using, which is this digital 100-day planner. And then where's the other one? There is this Boss Personal Planner, right? So you see you got some tabs. So for now, the one that I've been using is this digital 100-day planner. So what you want to do, the key to this is that you save the blank file, right? The static file that's going to be clean. You save that in your templates. And then when you want to use it, then you duplicate it in theory. So if we're going to go in and I'm going to now do a new 100-day planner, all I'm going to do is I'm going to press and hold it. And here we have some options. So you can open it in a new window. You can rename, share, duplicate, blah, blah, blah. And Kwalk, actually, look, they do have an iCloud version history. I wonder what that looks like. I've never looked at that. So we'll go into one of my older files and we'll look at that. But for now, what I want to do is I'm just going to duplicate this one. Give it a second. Did that not work? So if I go to all notes, okay. What is happening? So that should have shown up at the top and it's not. 728. So it looks like it created a new note for me. Yeah, that's weird. So it created a new note in my journal section. So now it's unlocked. That's fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring them so you can see that I have the copy and then the second copy that I did. I'm just going to delete that copy. And now we're going to, and I'm just going to move it into unfiled for now. All right. So I duplicated it. Now this is the copy itself. It says copy. If we go back to templates, you can see that I labeled this dark template. So the first thing I would do is just come here and rename this. So if this is going to be the 100-day planner, let's say for work, then I'll just label it for work, because then the other one that I use, I labeled that live streams. So now I have my two where one is for live streams and then the other one is for work. So we're going to work on this one for work, right? So let's see, blah, blah, blah. Sounds like a challenge I need to take. Create notability templates in Canva. Heck, Canva for school leaders could be its own mini course. 100%, it absolutely can. I held on it after I created a shake. It took a second. Wait, what? Should I be putting these notes on a notability notes? Probably, so you can save it and get back to it, Kwalk. That would be a good idea. Got the favorites to work. Good, 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 good. All right. Let's see. I have a template I use for school meeting notes that I use from Google Docs. Question: Can they be converted to templates in Notability? Yes. Okay. Hi, Gretchen. Thanks for coming through. Enough Wi-Fi. Have to move 3 inches. Is gone. Have fun. All right. Thanks, Gretchen. Have a good time. Would love to create a lesson plan template for my teachers. That's a great idea. And then you can sell them. You can sell them on the Etsy store. You can sell them like online. If you have a marketplace or something, sell them for a couple of bucks. You can make some money, if that's what you want to do. But so let's go in. So what I'm going to do is, can I do a screen share? So check this out. So we're going to do a screen share. Let me change this here. So there's that. Hi. And then I'm going to open up a Safari window. Safari. All right, you're looking at Safari. I can move my keyboard over because what I'm going to do is I'm going to download a Canva PDF. And I'm just going to, I don't know. Let's just do digital planner. What comes up on Canva? Digital planner. All right. So let's say this daily planner. This is one page. Perfect. Cool. I'm going to share this, download here. The most important thing is you want to download this as an actual PDF. I would say high quality. Let's download this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to then airdrop this to myself. So share, airdrop, iPad, India's iPad Pro. That's what I want. Then I'm going to come back to you guys. Change the scene back. Yep, cool. So now you're seeing what I did was I airdropped it to myself. And you can see that this PDF file with now me airdropping it to myself, we have some options: good notes, documents, export, PDF export, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to choose Notability. And then here, the most important thing, if I'm going to use this now as a template, I'm just going to create a new note. I'm going to keep the name if I want, and then I'm going to change where I want this at, and I'm going to just come down to PDF templates, put it in there, and now I'm going to click on this import, and now it shows up, and there's our PDF template here, right? So you can see that once it's done, it gets kind of cut off in the back on the bottom. So you can do, if you want to duplicate this, so we're going to go to the pages on the upper right-hand corner, actually the three dots, go to templates. So here, if I want to actually, so now that I have my pages open, you see I have this one page here. This is a regular lined page. If I just want to duplicate this here, I'm going to copy it, and then I'm just going to paste it. And then drag it. And here, if I want to have, let's say 5 days, or you can do the same thing, right? I would recommend if you're going to do something like that, just duplicate them in multiple pages in Canva. And we will, since you gave me the idea, we'll go over that next week on how to create maybe a quick 7-day planner with tabs and linking. And then K-Walk, once you know how to do the process, then you can create that same process to you with the stuff that you want to do for the teachers. So now this is my template, and in theory, I have it in my templates, right? What we just did. And then the same thing, I would just duplicate it and then bring it into, let's say, my planner file and start going from there. All right. Let's see. Go crazy. I wonder if they have an educator discount. So they do. They do have an educator discount. Are you blocked? No, my last comment got cut. Maybe because of the words. So there are certain words that like we put that will show up as a flag. So maybe the words might have been a flag. I don't want to charge teachers. I would give the lesson plan templates for free. Okay, so we can go over that, K-Walk, next week. I'll figure out what day next week would be best. I should be able to do it like on Monday early on in the week, and we'll go over the PDF templates and kind of go from there. All right, so let's get back into this 100-day planner, because I know that Paul was absolutely, it's okay. Don't worry about it. I don't mind K-Walk. It's all good. So let's go into this 100-day planner, because I know Paul has been absolutely waiting for this. And this is what, oh, Paul, you figured out that was the other question. But I think you said you got the favorites to work about the pens and the pencils showing up. You got that, Paul? Let me know. Because basically there's a little star on the bottom if it's, let me know, Paul. how do you get the planner over to a folder on the left? So let's go back. I don't want to change the name. So this planner right here, right? The one that we just created, that's a template. And you're asking, if I'm understanding you right, you're asking how do we move that over here? So the first thing I'm going to do is that I want to create this now, a copy. So I'm going to duplicate this. Okay, so this is the one that I'm going to use. So we'll leave it as copy. So you see I have my copy and I have my regular planner. If I click on my home dividers, you can see that I have journals in my home dividers as a subject. So all I'm going to do is just highlight it, drag it, and bring it down into journal. And now it's in my journals. So if I click on journal, that's budgeting and finance. Here are some of the journals. So I have like regular notes for journals, and then I have some journal templates on here that I use. So you just kind of drag and hold it to wherever you want on the left-hand side. All right. Okay, good. Yes. So that's the other important thing. If you created subjects and dividers from yesterday, the way we went through it, right? So these with the little arrows are your dividers. And then once you collapse your dividers, you can see I have different subjects. So you want to make sure that you organize yourself with the subjects and dividers first, which you probably did because I know you were messing with it yesterday, and then you just drag and drop everything there. All right, so let's go into this dark template, but these are good questions, guys, so keep them coming. So I'm going to close my favorites because I just want us to look at the actual template itself. So we have lots of information here. Let me bring this over this way. And my OCD of it not being straight is driving me crazy. Okay. Nope, still not straight. I'm going to leave it. That's fine. And we're going to come over here. All right, cool. So now you can see on the right-hand side of this planner, I have pre, overview, goals, month 1, month 2, month 3, month 4, and then post. You can see this is a tab. This is another tab. So a really good planner, and this is why I like buying from Boss Planner, is because they help organize it, or they organize these planners for you in a really great way. It's very intuitive for when you're using this. And then they give you instructions, or if you want to go straight to planning. So these are all hyperlinks within the actual PDF itself. So if I want to skip the instructions, all I'm going to do is click on Start Planning, and you can see this little hyperlink shows up. Go to Planning, and now it takes me to the very first tab, Pre, and the very first page. Okay. So if we go back, so there's your pre-assessment. And like I said, for each page, they give you all of the information. So you can either, if we scroll to the top, and if we want to do the instructions, well, these are the instructions. And then next, you keep on going, or you can start planning. So the same thing in theory with the right-hand side. So on the right-hand side, where you have all these tabs of your pre-overview goals. So right now I'm in month 2 of this planner. So you're not going to see the notes now because this is a blank one. But in theory, if we click on it, you see I clicked on, I clicked on it with the pencil. I tapped it, and it takes me straight to month 2. Now, what's really cool about this is that each of these weeks on Sunday are also hyperlinks. And the way I know that is because initially I went through these instructions from the very beginning up on top, right? So if we go back to the top, it tells you exactly how to start using this and how each button works. So again, you have your goals. If we go to month 1, if you highlight, it's right over here on Sunday, somewhere here. There you go. You see it took me to week 1. So now let's say I want to go to Sunday. So as you click on the tabs, and I can go back, redo, nope. So if we go back to month 1, it takes me to month 1. If we click on the second week, Now we're in the second week. If I want to go straight to Saturday of that week, here's my daily. So you can go back and forth between them with all of these hyperlinks. All right. So that's one thing to understand. All right. So Paul is getting himself situated. That's good. Hey, girl. Hey, how you doing? Yeah. You guys are saying hello to each other. All right. So let's just go back to the very beginning of this planner. So pretty much your pre-assessment. And so the purpose of this is, what are you going to use this 100 days for? I actually had bought this 100-day planner for myself at the bank. When I had started with this current bank that I'm at in September, you know, in businesses, they're all big about 30, 60, 90-day plans, right? What are you going to do in the first 30 days of your new position or in your new role? What are you going to do in the first 60 days? When I used to work for TD Bank, we actually used to have to create a 30, 60, 90-day business plan when it was a new quarter, going into the new quarter, or they wanted to see if I was interviewing for a higher volume store bank back when I was a bank manager and I wanted to go for a higher promotion as a store manager. In the interview, I had to create a 30, 60, 90-day planner. If you do a 30, 60, 90-day business plan with oomph and you really put your details into it and you follow it, it can actually be helpful. So I've seen value in it. So when I saw that the Boss Planner had, in theory, a 30, 60, 90-day planner that helps you create stuff, I instantly jumped on it. I did a half-assed job, for lack of better words, with the bank. I didn't really put this into effect. I kind of just went into it. And it's never too late, right? So I can do this at any point, just as anyone else can. If you know that there's a project that you want to undertake, or if you just want to get different results than what you've been getting, creating a 30, 60, 90-day plan can be really beneficial if you really break it down and put effective steps and then you follow it. So I would recommend that to anyone. So that's what this kind of is. They just call it a 100-day planner. So you want to figure out, what does that look like for you? So like Paul, is that going to be in content creation, or is that going to be with moderation, K-Walk? What does that look like for you? Is it for teachers? Is it for students? Is it for you? Like, right, figuring that stuff out. And so Paul answered the question for me. Maybe use it for 100 days of streaming. That's what I started using it for on mine, right? The 100 days of streaming. So here on the very first tab, you can see the pre-assessment. And that's just basically of, once you've figured out what you're going to use this for, this just helps to get your brain thinking and the thoughts flowing of assessing where you really stand in this project or in this undertaking that you're going to be doing within the next 100 days. So what do I need to do and get done? Do I need to learn anything new? What would make this a 100 successful days? So for you, how do you stay on track? Kind of like a SMART plan, right? What are some challenges and roadblocks that I may face, and how can I handle them? Don't come to me with a problem, come to me with a solution. I'm very big with that. Then again, you have your goals. So, on a high level overview, what are the big goals within 30 days, your steps and milestones to get there, your 60 days, your 90 days, 100 days. And then, so you have your high level goal here, right? For 30, 60, 90, 100. But then as you go down, you can really become very granular with these goals of then having a breakdown. So pretty much in theory, what you would do is you would take this big goal in this box, come down here and write it. What is this goal? What's the time frame? So in theory, right? So this would be my 30 days, let's say May 1st to May 30th. Whatever the goal is at that point, let's say micro content, because I need to get better with repurposing micro content, right? Micro content. And I'll just type write repurpose up here. And then the breakdown. What does that look like? So for me, breakdown, 4 weeks, right? 4 weeks of micro content. I'm not going to get into it, but 4 weeks of micro content on IG, Shorts, TikTok, right? So you write down what the breakdown is, and then if there's any specific notes. So shorts or YouTube, because that can be both. So then shorts, and kind of going into it. So then here are the instructions with what I was saying with this specific planner, where it shows you where the hyperlinks work, right? So it's saying on the Sundays, on the very top left-hand corner, right above where the number would go on your calendar, those are hyperlinks. And then it's saying on your weekly file, those are hyperlinks. So it's just saying that, right, if I click right here on Sunday on the top left, well, and sometimes it won't work. So that means I was clicking in the wrong box. You see, I messed around with it and it took me right back to that section there. So if we go back and let me check in on you guys. Same is true for those seeking principalships. What is your 30, 60, 90-day plan for you as a school leader, right? So it's big in business, right? And like I said, it really does, if you do it the right way, because, people sometimes have a tendency of doing things. I despise when something is put just because you needed to do it. Check something off just to check the box. Doing a task just because you have to check the box off. That's twofold. If the companies don't, right? So like as my leaders, if you ask me to do a business plan and you're not going to go in and go over that business plan with me, don't ask me to do it. Because don't put me in that situation where I'm checking off the box just to check off the box. I'm going to put some work into this, but then we got to go through it together, right? And follow it. So, but that's probably another live stream altogether. That's a business live stream. When you have to do your research on what the school stakeholders need and what you can bring to the table as their school leader. Absolutely. Right. And it goes back to researching what is the topic, what needs to be done. And with all of that, then doing just everything becomes granular. The more you can peel the onion back and get more specific, the better the turnout will be, as long as you follow that granular plan. So we went through, right? We went through our the overview is just the goals of your overviews, then a specific breakdown of your goals there. And so check this out. With this planner, right? So you can see we have our overview, but then in the goals itself, it only gives us the goal breakdown. It only gives us one page. Let's say I wanted to do 3 breakdowns because I wanted to have a specific goal, a breakdown for my 30-day goal, a breakdown for my 60-day goal, or day 33, day 66, and then day 99 in theory. So if you want to do something like that, you can just duplicate the pages itself. So we're going to click on the pages on the upper right-hand corner. Now you can see here are all the pages within this template. And then now you see that there's multiple pages, but the page that we're on has this blue highlight around it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on these 3 dots. And if I add a page, that added a blank page for me. That's not what I necessarily want. So I'm just going to delete that. And what I'm going to do is or you can copy the background. Let's copy the background. And can we paste? Did that work? And now that created a second. So I have my goal breakdown. So if I want to come in, and now for this one, I'm going to do my 60-day goal breakdown, right? And you can paste it again. So if we click, paste, and now I have 3 of these pages, and it added it in the same template or that same page. I would say that probably Notability, GoodNotes also does that better with copying and pasting the pages. When we go over GoodNotes tomorrow, I'll focus on that just to show. I don't do this too much, what I'm showing you guys, but when I have done it, I've needed to do it in GoodNotes. I feel like GoodNotes also handles that better. I mean, copying and pasting is not the end of the world. It's nothing like, all right, you saw it took an extra 2 seconds, but for me, I'm all about efficiency and what's simple, what's intuitive. I don't want it to be counterintuitive. I want it to be intuitive, that I would understand it. And I feel like GoodNotes does that a little bit better to understand. The other thing with these pages, now that you see you have multiple pages, if let's say you wanted to create this as a favorite and then this one as a favorite. So all I did was I just took the ribbons. You see that the ribbon can either be white or it can be blue. This ribbon that's blue will now show up here. If I click on the ribbon, I favorited 2 different pages. So now if I want to copy and paste and use these 2 pages as templates themselves and plug in these 2 favorites anywhere within these pages, now I have the ability to do that. So, or if you know that you wrote some really good notes on whatever day or month it is, you can then favorite it that way. All right, so let's close this up. So we are in the goals section, and now let's just go to the month. So month 1, 2, and 3 and 4 are all the same. They're literally the same. That's just going to be you going in and writing your information. So if we go into month 1 takes us to the very beginning of your calendar page. And so depending on when you're first starting, right? So if you're starting today and I pull up a calendar, where is my, or I know I have a calendar here somewhere. No? Okay, then. There we are. So today is the 13th. It's a Wednesday. So if I go back, is it the 2nd week? Technically the 3rd week. So if I go back, this is the 16th. And then I would just write my days. This is how I do that, right? And just write in all my days kind of like that. And you get the point. And so whatever, 28, 29, 30. Are there 31 days this month or there's 30? There's 30 days. All right. So, okay. Here, month 1, you can just write April. And if you have a dedicated, what I would do is that if you have a dedicated 30-day goal, I would also bring this down here. Whatever the name is, 30-day goal. I'm just going to write that down. But whatever your goal is for those first 30 days, write that down as a reminder. Did you guys hear that? What the hell? Something fell, but I'm also washing clothes. So, Paul, stop knocking stuff over. Paul, I'm not going to give you dinner tonight. That's what that was. Guys, I live alone. I get scared very easily. Angie can tell you. It is my washing machine. Okay. Jesus. I'm going to be scared all night. You guys better check on me. All right. So we have down our days. So what I did was, and what we will do is we'll go back and forth between mine. Oh, my, you slipped. That kind of did sound like something fell. I also have stuff on top of the dryer, so that might be why that sounds like that. Sorry, excuse the noise. I guess it'll stop eventually. All right, so let's go back between, we're going to go back and forth between my planner, the live streams planner, just so I can show you how I did it. Now, check this out. Here's another cool thing with Notability that I like, where I think this has the upper hand over GoodNotes, is you can swipe over, and when you swipe over from the left to the right, here are your 10 most recent notes. I believe that's 10. It's your 10 most recent notes. Excuse me. And so we have this one that's highlighted. That's the one that we're working on. And then this is the one, wait, let's go back. And then this is the one that we just did. Nope, that's mine. Hold on, right here. There you go. And this is the one, the blank one that we're working on. So you can see that it's a quick swipe over, switch between the two. And now, oh, look, I could have done better. Could have been better. So you see, that's me beating myself up because that's what I do for March, but that's all right. So if we go to month 2, so you can see that I have all of this week planned, right? So I didn't really plan for the first week in April. I did start to create a plan for this week. And actually, so now, because we went through the 11th, I'm going to cross that off, press and hold. I know that works. And then yesterday we went over the notability. So we're not in good notes yet. So we're going to have to move some stuff around, but that's okay. So now you see I have my stuff planned for this week. Then I have some notes. So you can see here just some reminders that I did to myself using some different colors. I X'd this off because, again, looking at this first week, I didn't do anything. So to try to keep it with the first week format, I kept that blank. Also took advantage of this little calendar over here. But what I want to do is I want to go back into the week where I actually started doing stuff. So I clicked on week 10. And you know what's funny is that I did this wrong in the wrong week. Yeah, I filled it out in the wrong week. I don't know where I filled it out at. Oh, whatever week this is, I filled it out. So it's over here. So you can see now in this week, the week that we're currently in, you can see I put notes, right? So for notability, these were all the things that I wanted to make sure that I went over. I wanted to go over subjects, dividers, favorites, the lasso tools, right? So just breaking down the stream really quick on this weekly level. I have to go in and kind of do the same thing for the end of the week. And so for Sunday, so you can see that I put here the days itself. So this is the 10th, April 10th, Sunday, day 36, 64 days left, recap and week ahead. So I really don't put anything because you guys know what the recap is. And so for me, it's like, all right, this is done. Press and hold it. And now cool, we're good to go. So now for day 11, you see I put 11, all the good stuff, and then I just put a breakdown. What did I want to make sure that I went over, the breakdown, and were there any notes within there? So that's just how I've been using it for my planner. So you can see I kind of didn't do it for the rest of the week, but I did do a good breakdown on the weekly level over here for Tuesday. And so because I had already done that here, there wasn't a need for me to go into Tuesday specifically. It's supposed to, yeah, there you go. For me to go into Tuesday specifically and write it because it was like, all right, it's simple. I just needed to go into it and really just go over feature by feature by feature. So in theory, what you would want to do is do exactly that, right? Just go, they're trying to get in contact with me. So just go in your days, your weeks, your month, and just start doing your breakdown of whatever it is, whether that is for 100 days of streams, 100 days of whatever you're planning. Just have that stuff. And then if we go into your post is kind of your recap. So here, what's your end assessment now that you're done? Did you accomplish your goals? What held me back? Could I do more next time? What did I learn? And then what are some challenges and roadblocks that I may have faced? How can I handle them if you're going to do this again? And then month 4 is going to be really short because month 4, right, is like 10 days. So post, and that's pretty much the 100-day planner. K-Walk asked, are you using an Apple Pencil cover or is that a different tool? No, so this is an Apple Pencil cover. This is the retro style. Back with the Max, the Apple pencils. It's from, was this from D brand? This might have been from, it's either from D brand or Slick Wraps. It's one of the two. I don't know if it's D brand, but it's one of the more popular ones. Slick Wraps or D brand, and it's the Apple pencil cover. And I had, with my older iPad, I had gotten this for the back of the iPad. And so they matched, but then I like this, and it's held up really well. It had a cover for the top over here, but because it's rounded, it didn't. I was just like, all right, I just kind of peeled it off. But you can see it's this section right here. And I enjoy putting these wraps together. I usually, I'm telling you, I will use a hair dryer to make the wrap pliable, especially for this, and just take my time. This is one of my favorite pastimes to do stuff like that. All right. Question. Can you bring in a new blank template to begin for another 100-day challenge? Yes. Was that a question like you want me to do that now, or was that a question, can it be done? Because that's what I did here. right? So I just did this. This is a blank one altogether if I wanted to do it. So I just duplicated that challenge, the 100 live days streams of live streams, and just duplicated it and started again if I wanted to start it again. So unless I'm not understanding the question. Hey, Eric, what's cracking? Yes. What do you mean, K-Walk? Like if I just go like here and I just duplicate this, now this can be, or if I just duplicate this one called live streams, right now I have my live stream copy. Now the thing with that is that I believe it also duplicated my notes the way I have it. Right, exactly. Yeah, you would just rename it. Exactly. You would just rename it. So let me delete all of these. But you would just go in, right? So this 100 days, this dark template copy, you just go in, click on the top here. And then if you want to just put this with 100 days live streams, not lice. I don't have lice. And then live streams. And then I'll put part 2. And now here, right, we have my live streams, and then I have my live streams down there. Hey, Sean, what's cracking? How are you doing? I was creeping earlier today when you were live on when they were showing the news that they had the suspect in custody and stuff. I was still working, but I was creeping on your channel listening. Thank you for showing support. I appreciate you. Okay, good. Glad that answered your question. Very good, very good. All right, so I will also go into where is it? Where's my planner? So let me close my mortgages. So let's look at my templates. So you can see that we have, so this was the one that we just downloaded from Canva. Right. And this can be pretty cool. Like if you want to use a daily planner, daily tasks, whatever this is, I don't know. Mow the lawn. I have no idea. But you get what I'm saying. Mow the lawn. I don't know. Sweep the stairs. You can change the date, top the priority. So you can use this. That's the one we just did from Canva. If we go back to the template. So the other one that I use is... So this is from, I don't know where I got this from. This says Notability, but this is an old one. October 5th, 2021. I don't know where that was, but that's like a meeting topic one, which can be kind of pretty cool. I downloaded that somewhere. Because a lot of these are just like PDF pages. So then you have, oh, look, a movie I love. So I started doing a self-care reflection one. Now here's this. This one is for in landscape mode. No, Siri. So this is a digital download in landscape mode. See, but check this out. Some of them are not really formatted really well because even with this, right, like I'm feeling, I would have to zoom this in to get my handwriting. So I'm feeling hungry. And then write and then kind of, go in and do that. So you have that type of stuff. So as you see, just try to think out the box. If you see stuff that you like online, if it's anything that can be exported into a PDF or you create your own, you can use all of those as templates. If we go into my home and I go into journal, so there's like this dated journal here. And so this one was from, I feel like this one was from Passion Planner. The same thing. So you see you have some instructions here. These are different covers that you can technically, like if I wanted to keep all of, let's say I just wanted to have this one as a cover, you can just delete all those pages. I don't even go through that stuff. But these, I believe this is also hyperlinks. So if I want to go to, we're now in April, I'm going to tap on April. Yep. And now that took me to April. And today is the 13th. So if I want to go to, you can see that the 1 is circled up here. If I click on 13, that took me to April 13th. So again, another smart digital planner. And then I can just journal my way here and then, just write whatever it is I want to write. And so I've used this. I haven't used this one a lot recently. But what I have used with this one is that sometimes, depending on how much I'm journaling, one page isn't enough. So then I kind of do the same thing here, right? So if this is for the 13th and I need a secondary page, I just click on my three dots, my templates, not my templates, sorry guys. I click on my pages. This one is highlighted. I'm just going to copy this and then paste it. And now I should have 2 pages at 13. And how I know I'm going to have 2 pages of 13 is because with this particular, if you look on the actual, can I zoom this in? Here you are. So if you look on the overlay in Ecamm itself, you can see here, oh, it looks a bit better on the camera as well. You can see that it's circled. So if I click on 12, and now it took me to the 12th. So if I click on May, now it takes me to May. And if I want to go to the 10th date, now we're in that page of that planner. So I really love digital planners for that, because then as you're using them and you're getting to later on in the year or more files, it's really easy to stay organized on there. So good notes is tomorrow, but I'm wondering if you plan to do a review, positive and negative of Notability, good notes versus Notability versus Apple Notes. I didn't plan on it initially, but then as I've been talking to you guys between yesterday and today, I realized that I probably should. And so I don't think I would be prepared to do that, because I would want to go. And so if I do it, I'll probably do it on either Sunday or the beginning of the week and do like a quick hit next week, maybe right before we do Canva on Monday. Because I just want to make sure that I have notes and the pros and cons. So I would have to do the pre-work myself, and I don't have time to do that between now and the weekend, but I can definitely do it because it will be fresh in my mind, and then at the beginning of the week. So I'll write that down for you as well. Okay, walk here in the paste that I saved just for you. So then we're going to oh, look, my ruler came up, and that's because I was pressing and holding it, and I don't know how to remove that. Notability versus good notes versus Apple Notes. All right, so I'll do that as well. So I pressed and hold it. Oh, there you go. Oh, look, so with 2 fingers, if you press and hold, but that might be a beta feature, this ruler. I think it's still in beta. But once it comes out of beta, that's pretty cool. Press and hold, that comes out. Okay, so I have the gratitude journal. Do you guys want me to go over that? I don't know if you want me to go over that. Let me know. I don't know if I sent it to Paul, my notes on the gratitude journal, so we can look at that really quick. I don't know if that's something. I don't know. I'll wait a minute. Hey, Laura, what's cracking? How are you doing today? Yeah. What's up, girl? But I use the gratitude journal in the mornings. I find that's how I journal. So sometimes I'll just write, but the gratitude journal, I guess I'll just go into it and show you. So let's just go into it really quick. So this is the first page. The first page is your year and color. So you can see here, I created my own color key, where green, it's a great day. Yellow was a good day. Neutral is gray. If I had a bad day, it's kind of brown, like poopy. And then if it was horrible, it was red. So I use that, and you can see I have not been doing, so I started using this. It's funny, I started using this. Okay, cool. So I went into it already. I already felt it. We're here. Cool. So I started using this initially in October, and I was disciplined in October. So you can see that I had a good amount of neutral. I didn't have any poopy days or horrible days, but I should have had more great days in October. But now we're in April, you see, so I didn't fill this out at all this year in January, February, March, April. So I have to get better with that. But basically, you just take your pencil, whatever color it is. So like today, if it was a good day, I'm just going to use, I think that's that green that I used. or it's actually, well, that green is a different than that green. So it's that green. And then if we go down, today is the 13th and April 13th. And that you just literally just color it in, right? And so this is a good way to keep track on a site really well, because then it's like, well, what the hell happened in October? Why didn't I have more good days, great days versus, well, I had a lot of good days, but it's like, I want to make my days great, not just good. Okay. So you get that. That's your beginning. So that's the main. And then on the right hand side, so there's just one main page. Then they have, and I don't want to like, let me duplicate this because these are like my personal thoughts. Hold on one second. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in, check this out. We're going to duplicate this. And that's good because then I can create a template anyway. So I'm actually going to label this as a template. Come on. There you go. So I'm going to label this as a template. Yeah. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is all pages. Oh, there's no way to like do all pages. Hold on. So let's go to select all. I want to see if this works. So now I selected all and I'm going to clear the page. Did that work? It's working because it's not doing anything. So we're going to give it a few minutes. Perfect. Okay, cool. Look. So now, so how easy was that, right? So you can see that before I started, when I started using this, I didn't think to make this a template. I just immediately went into using it. So I'll just do that again one more time. So my original one is this one, right? You can see I have all my notes, all my information there. I duplicated it. This is now the template. And all I did was I went to see all of my pages. I went down here into select. I hit the select all. And then I hit, and so here you can duplicate these pages. You can copy, you can do some stuff there. But then all I did was do the 3 dots. And I just wanted to clear the page. And so it cleared every single page for me. And now I have this as a true template. And so now we can go over this. And actually, to take it a step further, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in my templates section so that, nope, that's not what I wanted to do. No, hey, let's go there. All right, come on. And then drag that into my templates. And so now that's in my template. So now that we did that, I actually want to show you. So let's say we want to look at these side by side. You can do one of two things. You can have your gratitude journal up. And then let's say I want to have the template up, and you can split them and have them side by side. You can make one smaller, make one right. So like in what is that? I forget the name of it. You can also then bring in a whole nother note. I'm pressing and holding it, bringing in, hey, because you can do notes like a second note. Well, yeah, I just showed you how to do that. And then you can do where you do it. There you go. Like as in, that's what I wanted to do. So you can do it so that if you can do it kind of multitasking. That's the word that I was looking for. So you can put the notes, separate notes in multitasking mode. You can put it so that it's split view, or you can just kind of whatever. Just wanted to show you that. Let's get back into this template. So similar thought process. You have your tabs along the right-hand side. Your main takes you here, so you can see you can create the color key that works for you. Then you just start going with your months across the top, your days across the bottom. Then here at the beginning of the year in the theory, or at the beginning of when you're starting to use this journal, what you're looking forward to, something you want to work on, things you want to accomplish. Then if you do it right at the end of the year, once it's all said and done, then you want to come back and review, right? So you want to reflect, a little bit of reflection of What did I learn versus what I wanted to learn? My biggest improvement, did I accomplish what I wanted? And then you just go straight into the planner itself. So these tabs and days are going to be all the same, January all the way down to December. If we click on May, and let's click on April. Let's say I want to go to today's date, which is the 13th. You can see the hyperlinking works extremely well. And so this is what my morning routine has been when I wake up with enough time to do it. I just go over these little boxes. So how do I wake up feeling? Sometimes I wake up feeling tired. Sometimes I wake up feeling refreshed. Sometimes I wake up with anxiety, depending on what things I have to do, right? So how do you wake up feeling? What I'm thankful for. There are days that I'm thankful for having an amazing home. There are days that I'm thankful for my community and my friends. There are days that I'm thankful for my job. So just going through those moments of reflection. So for me, this journal, it's a gratitude journal, but it's also kind of like mindfulness combined, going through those moments of being mindful and being present and being intentional with your thoughts and where you are. The intentionality of how will I make today great? Your daily affirmations. So what are the affirmations that you want to tell yourself, that you've been telling yourself, that you need to hear for that day? If there's anything you're looking forward to for the day, if there's any challenges that you may face or you think that you're going to face. And then kind of the same thing. You have your end of day thoughts. So at the end of the day, if you're doing this in the morning, then what did the end of the day look like? Thankful for having the thing. Paul, why? Why, Paul? Yes, I am very thankful for having the thing locked in the closet. Yes. Oh my goodness. So at your end of day, you want to go ahead and put what that day looked like. What were your thoughts? So was it a much better day than anticipated? Did you have tons of energy? Was it like crappy? Did you get into an argument with someone? And then what are your feelings going into tomorrow? So when I do this, I'm really good with this half here, from the wake up feeling all the way down to the challenges. By the time my day is done, because I don't bring my iPad into bed. I've tried it a few times where I'll bring the mini into bed and I just go back and I do the recap, but that has been a challenging for me to remember. I guess I can go into my iPhone and type the end of day thoughts in Notability the way we did the text box. I guess I can kind of start doing that because that'll be a good way to reflect at the end of the day. But areas of opportunity for me are those two pieces on a daily basis. And then once I'm done, right, filling out these boxes up here, then that's where I go into my free notes. So every single page looks the same. There's your wake up feeling part on every day of the week. And then there's your free notes. And so that's why I say if I wake up with enough time, because this part here is a little bit time consuming for me in the mornings, where I'm just literally just writing and journaling. And it can take about, 25 minutes. If you're a journaler, you know how long sometimes that can really be. And that's it. That's this gratitude journal in a nutshell. The only thing that if we go at the very beginning of the month, it's the same exact thing kind of in the beginning of the year. Right? So you have your big thing in the year, before the year, after the year. When you start every single month, the very first one, even before we get into day one, is for that month, another deep dive. For that month, what's one big thing you want to accomplish? What's the feeling that you're having going into this month? What are you going to do to make this month great? What are some challenges that you foresee for this particular month? How will you handle some of these challenges? And then the recap of your lessons learned. So once the month is up, is again that reflection and journaling for the beginning of the month. And then you go into day one. So I've found this very useful for me with mindfulness, with intentionality, with journaling. It is a big part of my morning routines. Not every day, right? Like we don't get it every day. It's not perfect. But more often than not, that's a big part of really starting my day and kind of not like scrambling and having crazy thoughts and being crazy with my customers, because we all know that can happen. Let me see. I think that's pretty much it. If you There was one other. If we go back into, is it maybe journals? Journal. So that's an old one. So Boss Planner, I don't think, let me go back. We'll see. Maybe the website will be up tomorrow. I don't know what happened because that's what I wanted to show you guys. So we can look at Etsy, some Etsy files. Oh, it's up. All right, cool. So let me move some windows around. And Safari screen share. What do I want to do? Okay, so I want to bring in my preview window. So this is Boss Personal Planner. I use them. So that's where I got the 100 days planner from. Let me just, oh, that's what I want to do. So it is Safari. So let me just make this bigger. There you are. And make this a little bit bigger. All right, cool. Good. So now you're seeing everything there. So you can get 15% off. So you see that they have paper planners. They also have digital planners. And so here we're just going to click on digital planner. And these are all like great. So they have your personal planner, your budget. So they have a fitness one. They have this teacher one. Let's see, K-Walk. So check this out for a teacher planner. So they have name, school year, classroom resources. What exactly do I want to happen? So there's goal specific. So it's SMART goals. Oh, I like that though. See, but this, like that part, oh, so let's check this out. Let's go over this. So goals, they just broke down goals as a SMART goal: specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. So you can write that down. And then they even ask you some questions. If I work hard and stay focused, is it possible to reach my goal by the deadline set? I like this. The goal is achievable, but the goal is achievable by the timeline and important enough for me to work hard to make it happen. I will work this action plan by. All right, cool. So I like that. That's one page. And then, so I like this page. I'd get it just for that page. And then they have a communications tab, an expenses tab, and a notes tab. Weekly lesson prep, daily homework. So this is what the homework planner looks like. So there's here. That's pretty cool. You can put some notes there. And then attendance. Look at this. So birthdays, attendance, roster, student info, checklist, grades, general overview. Oh, this is really interesting, K-Walk. There's a class budget. There's your daily planner with the times. The homework planner blank. Lesson prep, so supplies on hand, supplies to buy, books, websites, others. Let's see, student information. So you can have, check this out. I don't know if you are allowed. So some of this stuff you got to be careful with. Like with me, with customers, right? Like you can't have certain information on here. So if you can do that, I don't know, you would know that, K-Walk, better than us. But this would be a great way to keep in with a little digital photo. You put that on there. Some details. Look, strengths, subject strengths, need work, special needs, emergency contacts, basics. I like that. And then your weekly planner, you know what that looks like. And then there's the planner itself, right? It's just giving you some of the details. So how do I escape out? What was that? That was the digital teacher planner. So you have from 2021 to 2022, or you have an undated one. I would always say the undated are better because then you don't have to buy the planner over and over again. Then you can do, depending on what you like, do you like light, dark theme, or both? And then these are the thumbnails. And then it goes into how do you use it and stuff. So you can see they have a good amount of planners here. Let me just make sure I keep my comments front and center. There you are. Here we go. Did you purchase dark or does Notability allow you to convert? So I purchased dark specifically. I haven't toyed with that. And because I know how I like my notes when they have like what we're looking at here, because you see that they have options for light or dark, I just buy it automatically in dark. Although, you know what's interesting is that if we go back, let's go back here. So let's go to this link. Nope, that's my private one. So this is the dark planner. So if I click on this page, oh gosh, go to link, use my pencil. If we copy background, let's do, I want to do add a page, just add a blank page. But then the thing is, and then if we paste the background, no. Yeah, no. So you want to choose the color. Let's delete the page. And delete that page. Okay. You want to make sure that you choose the color that you like or just buy both just to be sure. Let's go back to my Safari screen share. Let me come back. 100 days. Yeah. So I've usually bought how do you secure a page as private? So what you want to do is, that's a good question, Paul. Hold on. So I don't think you can do specific pages. Has to be, because my journal, no, everything in my journal section. So I don't think they have given us that ability to do. I'm just looking at the iPad itself. Let me come back to the screen share. So if you click on edit, so that's why I have a dedicated journal section by itself, and my journal section is locked. Because if you click on edit and then you can lock the subject, so anything that pops up there will be locked. I don't believe there's no way here to go in and lock individual notes themselves. I will put that in as a beta request and see what they say. But for right now, it's just locking subjects. So, okay, so then, well, yeah, the entire planner, like the note itself. So the way I do it, right? So like for my journal, because those are kind of my private thoughts, obviously, I just take that journal and you see here, I have it under my journal tab, and then everything that's under my journal tab, whether it's just notes that I kind of free-handed wrote or the actual planners themselves, I put that in there, and then that whole subject itself is locked. Okay. Okay, yeah, thank you. Let's see. Good. School leaders may need some other preset to-dos based on what has to happen in certain times of the month. Okay. I'd love to have something with some drop-down options. So I haven't seen any notes with drop-down options. I don't know if you can do that, but then you can kind of do tabs on the side, which would kind of work the same way. Teachers would have to be mindful of FERPA laws on personal devices with student. Yeah, exactly. Definitely. You got to be careful with that stuff. Okay. So let's go back. So you lock the subjects, not the document. Yes. For right now, that's I don't want to say way around it, but that's how you can make it private, is that everything has to be in that subject locked. Okay. So let's go back to this screen share here. Nope. Here. Yep. And let's go back and make sure I have my comments front and center. Move these over here. Cool. And so you can buy combos, which I've definitely done, where then you save money. So like they have this digital life planner 3-in-1 combo, $30, as opposed to whatever those other ones are like $20. There's your business planner. You see you have the gratitude journal, the 100-day planner. They have a weekly planner. And then you can also create your own bundles as well. Custom digital planner. And I know I've seen where they give you the option to create your own bundle so that if you wanted the fitness planner, the budget planner, so on and so forth. I feel like I have the budget planner. It's just not, I didn't bring it into Notability, but that's the same thing. And the reason I haven't used it, maybe that's why, is because I have to do the math calculations and stuff where I like using Excel for my budgets. So it's like, I thought it was a good idea, but no. And that's pretty much that. If we go into, so I wanted to show you guys Etsy. And if I type in, now I'm like getting squirreled looking at all of these cool things. Look at this cool stream deck holder. No, we're not going to do it. Not going to do it. Digital planner. So you can see. And so you see here, all-in-one digital planner. It tells you your notes, right? So it'll say iPad planner, Notability, good notes. So they have different ones. Obviously your ratings, $11, not bad. So you can kind of go into it. And these are the same that they give it to. It's interesting. As seen on CNN and Paperlike. Okay, let me see what this is. Let's make this bigger. So you see kind of the same format, but different, because this one, they have the iPad in landscape mode as opposed to portrait mode. You can see you have your tabs up on the top. They also have some tabs along the bottom. Lots more information. I like how it can be kind of like a book format. So check this out. So you can see that they're in month March. And if we look over here, you have January and February. So it's kind of like as you flip the pages, right, the way a book would be. So then in theory, on the left-hand side, if I wanted to go back to February, I can click on that tab. I like that. So you have your months along the right. And then templates, goals, projects, and lots of information here. Schedule, main focus. I like this. Let's look at these. Here's a breakdown. Oh, this is a lot. So I won't bore you guys too much, but I'm definitely going to go in and I'm going to, and for $12, I'm going to favorite this. And then you can see. So people, giving some feedback and stuff. So K-Walk, I would definitely also check these out as well. And is this the same seller? It looks like it's the same seller. So custom digital planner for $12. So you got to be careful. Some of them I've bought and I'm like, And then I guess here you can choose, you can customize it a little bit better. Star seller. All right, so let's go back. So you see that they'll have like ones with stickers. I don't want anything like that. They have digital planner for business owners, 2022 digital planner for that's $30. This guy has a whole video. See, that's good notes. Yeah, that's good notes, what he's using. See, I'm not trying to do all of that. Or is he showing how he's putting it together? See, he's showing how he's making it fancy. I don't do all of that stuff. I want my stuff like kind of pre-made already. Like you saw he was bringing over tabs, but I'd be interested just in the pages itself, because if the pages itself look good and there's good quality content, then I don't mind investing. So I would have to go through all of these. I'll add this to my collection. But Etsy, if you look, all I did was type in digital. What did I type in? Digital planner. You can see there's so many. And of course, I have bike stuff on here. But you can see they have like a handful of different things. And the prices range. Like, look at this 2022 minimal planner. This is $4. And so looking at all of this stuff, there's probably very simple that you can probably make in Canva. Yeah. How many pages are these? Write a calendar. You can make this in Canva. So it's like, and the tabs. So you see how basic this is? This, what I'm going to do is this is what we're going to look at next week, at creating some of these with your own basic templates, and how you see these tabs, very simple, very not much to it. You can do that stuff. So, for someone like K-Walk, where she wants to do it for her students, I would absolutely recommend then we do it. You figure out, you get an idea, you look at some stuff that's here on Etsy. You can take screenshots, right? I learned that from Bradley Vincent. You know, Bradley always says, where do you get your inspiration from? Take your phone, take a picture, and then bring that into Ecamm or bring that into Keynote, and then build out your inspiration. So when Bradley first started doing his graphics, he would look at the news and he would look at, you know, different things online like sports and stuff and take pictures of them and then recreate those things in Keynote for us to use in Ecamm. So I would say the same thing with these digital planners. Take pictures of what you like, snapshots of what you like, and then customize it to make it your own with your school logos or your business logos and your business colors, so on and so forth. So Notability and yep. So these apps, with the templates themselves, they can be used in both apps. You'll see when we go over it tomorrow, the minor differences. It's just at that point, it really is just kind of like a preference thing. There are very small differences. I like the way Notability does subjects and dividers. GoodNotes doesn't necessarily do that as great. And then I've also noticed between the two, the actual handwriting, so the way the flow of the pencil is, from my handwriting, it works. I like the way my handwriting looks in Notability versus GoodNotes. So that's another reason why I am a heavy Notabilities user. So, but that's a good question. Never thought I'd be so excited about digital note taking. I love my pen and paper, count the books I have journaled in through the years, but I'm loving this content. Oh, that's great. Yay. That makes me excited. I've been a fan. And since Apple really started with their Apple Pencil, and I had the other pencil, the one with the stupid thing on top, that was the dumbest thing in the world. But since they upgraded to this pencil here, and with this upgrade with this pencil, naturally came the upgrades of the software. It's been mind-blowing for me, and I'll never not have. Like, I want a little baby mini Apple Pencil, kind of like the S Pen with Samsung Notes, and have a little mini Apple Pencil that I can write with my iPhone. That's how much I love it. So Canva now thinking about what I want to build to get my life together. I love it. Hey, Kevin, what's cracking? What's going on? Well, folks, today was another long stream, an hour and a half, but we went over some really good stuff. I know I had been promising you guys to go over that stuff for a while. Like I said, I had been promising to go over Notability and GoodNotes for over a year with how I use it with digital note taking and stuff. So I'm glad that we finally got around to it. I hope that you guys found value in Notability itself, along with Kevin. No, not yet. That is a great question. Not trying to be a pain, but have you added notes as to what each episode is about? And you're not being a pain at all, and I appreciate that. And please hold me accountable. And I know Paul keeps, like, we kind of like, he's usually on top of it, but definitely hold me accountable to that, because I know that I need to, especially with like a week like this week, what we went over on Monday, what we went over on, Tuesday, what we went over today. There are definitely lots of days that I have to go in, and I even want to update the thumbnail where it'll be like 100 days of live stream, but then it'll have, like, let's say the Notability logo on there, or just update it all together once we're done, to help people find it, because I know that there's definitely good value. So thank you, Kevin. You can hold me accountable to that. Question, is note taking better with the M1 iPad? There's no difference with that, honestly. I don't have the M1, and that's why I haven't gotten it. Let me see. When do so the iPad Pros, it's right about now, within the next couple of months. It's not on the same timeline as the iPhone. The iPhones come out in September, October, maybe in the summertime. That's the 2020 iPad Pro. And that's the one right before the M1. And I thought about it. I was going to get it. But with looking with what it was, I really didn't need it. Because even with LumaFusion, with editing and exporting, it works really well. It works. It exports really quick. I rarely have issues of everything loading and stuff like that. So especially with note taking, no, because it's like with the little iPad mini, it works perfect. So for note taking or handling anything like that, you can get your basic iPad, even the iPad Air. So Angie has the iPad Air, not the M1 that just came out, but the iPad Air from last year. And she uses her iPad with her Apple Pencil for notes with everything. And she's never complained to me, not once. So even the iPad Air would be really good. I like the iPad Air because it's the same size as the 11-inch iPad Pro, and it has the fingerprint ID, and it takes away all those bezels and stuff. So it's really good. So digital note taking, another ID, super powerful. This was very helpful. Good. Yes. Yeah, definitely is one of my superpower. Yeah, definitely one of my superpowers. So I'm glad that you guys enjoyed it very much. Kevin says, I was just wondering because I was trying to find a replay from a while back. I couldn't figure out which episode it was, as this was hard to, as it was trying to find new iPad Airs. All right. So I will go in. I have to go in. Obviously, I know what's what, and I have to go in and do tags and do all of that SEO research. I did put that. So today we went over a little bit of the 100 days of live, my 100-day planner. And so in the section with the goals, I actually did put that for the next 60 days as a goal of mine for these next 60 days is to get better with the actual descriptions of being more specific, putting in the title, 100 days of live streams, notability, 100 days of live streams, Apple Notes, 100 days of live streams, right? So being more specific so that it's easier in the title, the descriptions, and also keyword research, because then, you know, and also with that is the, the chapter markers, going through it with chapter markers as well, because then I want content like this week, I think I did exceptionally well with sticking through it and teaching a lot of stuff. So I want people to be able to go through the content where someone finds a live stream, and with the chapter markers, they can skip the fluff of the beginning, the fluff of the end, like now. But if they want to see notability and how to use the shaping pencils, snapping to shape that feature, whatever that is, I can have that in the chapter markers. I know you guys know what I'm trying to say because I couldn't get that at all, but I know you guys knew. Rocking the iPad Pro 2018, working fine, thinking about upgrading to the 12-inch because our district is about to update. So I would definitely, K-Walk, especially because of how excited you are and with note-taking, and because of the type of job I know that you must take tons of notes, get the 12.9-inch. That's why I got the mini to supplement. So when I want to sit and I want to do quick notes. So like I said, when I went to the meeting yesterday, right, or the day before, whenever the meeting was, the business meeting, the small iPad is great, but I don't mind taking my 12.9 for all day notes. I would absolutely recommend the bigger size. Yeah, there are a million things, but that's all right. No, you can be selfish because that helps me get better. I appreciate all of those things. Listen, if you look at yesterday's and today's live comments, K-Walk had questions upon questions upon questions, and they were so great, the questions, and it helped me with explaining it. So you guys, and those were all selfish questions on her half, but I'm not even knocking it at all because that's what helps me be better and give you the content that you need. So you can be selfish, it's all good. K-Walk says, would it help to try to put content first, then 100 days? So we'll see. So I'll test it out. Probably as well, right? I know that I need to change that. Now everybody knows kind of what I'm doing. And then the 100 days doesn't matter. Not that it doesn't matter. We already know I'm committed and I'm in. So I'm not going anywhere with that stuff. But I absolutely have the goal and the objective to fix the titles, make the thumbnails for those days like today and, for this week, right? Because we're going over something very specific every day this week. Make the thumbnails a little bit more associative to those specific things and in the description with tags. So I'll get on that. I'll get to it. Just one day at a time, I guess, chipping little by little. So when I come to learn all over the digital note taking. Good. That makes me happy. So we are going to do what we do. Today was I didn't even fix this because I was trying to get into it. Today was day 62. Hey, what's happening here? This is not letting me edit. I don't know why. Move this down a little bit. Oh, because my screen is locked. It doesn't matter. So today is not 63, it's 62 days to go. Day 38 was today. So I appreciate you guys with the support and coming through. The beginning of the title shows up the search. Channel pages, I would recommend doing that at the beginning. All right, and let you guys help. All right, listen, you don't gotta tell me twice. Paul knows. Paul will text me. Paul bothers me in a good way. That's why he's locked in the closet, in the storage closet. I need him. So I appreciate all of the support that you guys are giving me because it just helps me get better. All right, that sounds good. I can make you guys, we can do some things. I got to figure it out. I know Paul knows all about that stuff. Mr. Moderators. Wait, that's more than a month? What do you mean that's more than a month? What are you talking about? Gigi, you were doing it. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Yes, I know. It's almost 2 months. It's almost 2 months. Friday makes day 40. I'm excited to help with timestamps. All right. So we can definitely, I appreciate the offer. I can make, like I said, I got to rely on Mr. Moderator because it's not a moderator. It's access on the back end, like a manager or something. I don't know. I'll talk to Mr. Moderator. He knows what to do. Cool. All right. Good. Well, thank you for the support. Gigi is silently, it's so funny when Gigi watches because she silently watches and then out of nowhere she just starts leaving random comments. So thank you so much for sticking through and sticking with me. Paul is reminding you guys, if you want to support me, you can buy me a couple of coffees. Thank you, Paul. And I will catch you guys tomorrow with the Good Notes comparison and what I like from there. And that's it. I'll catch you guys mañana. Same place, same time, guys. Peace out.